Hello everyone, this is Pilpoh. Welcome back to all the mods 10 to the sky. Now, I'm inside my orb right now. I am one with the power. It's pretty cool. You can see inside and stuff. It's pretty cool. I am doing a voiceover for this because my OBS decided, do you want to update? And I said, yeah, I do, but remind me later because I don't want to update right now. And then it just turned my microphone off. And it's like, I'm not going to choose the microphone that you've got right there. So I'm having to do a big voiceover. It's super annoying because it's ridiculously late right now. So I'm going to have to do like the whole voiceover and everything. I might just cut things down a little bit. But it's all good. It is what it is. I did loads of stuff between episodes, by the way. So I am going to show you that in a sec. But yeah, anyway, let's crack into it. So first thing I did was I made myself the max storage upgrades for all of my drawers. Now, these are not the same as the creative vending upgrades. Otherwise, that would just be insane, right? Creative vending, basically, if you put one of those in a drawer, you can only get them if you're in creative, but put one of those in a drawer and it's got infinite of the stuff that you put in the drawer. So you could put like, I don't know, what have we got right there? We've got, yeah, the fluorite right there. We could get infinite of that fluorite back out if it was a creative one, but these aren't the creative. These are the storage upgrades, the ultimate storage, meaning that it's just max int worth of stuff can be stored in these drawers. It's the same as the fluid drawers that I have underneath, and I put them in every single one of my drawers, all the ones I could see at least. I might have missed a few, but yeah, I tried to do that on all of them. Yeah, this is me now. I think I'm going down here to show you that I've done a bit with modern industrialization. Also, I'm pointing out the drawers. Someone did say, like, oh, if you've got infinite because of the creative storage upgrade. And I'm like, no, it's not creative. It's the max storage upgrade. But I see where you're coming from because I've got the creative tank, which makes it infinite. So I kind of confused people with that, I think. But anyway, my bad. I did do loads of stuff with modern industrialization. I've got assemblers right there. With the machine holes and everything, I absolutely, completely smashed modern industrialization. At some point, I will show you my backpack. Here we go. We're about to show you the backpack because we're about to go into the compact machine and we've got all of the quantum upgrades. Now, I will say it's going to be really annoying for you guys because we're not actually going to make those until next episode. I feel like the penultimate episode, we should like try and enchant a ridiculous set of armor. And I'm actually going to do the reforging thing as well from Apotheosis. And we're going to set up the Apotheosis like gateway thingy. Anyway, this is the amount of stuff we needed. Over nearly 500,000 of the steel right there. So 71,000 stainless steel. Now this thing here, the electric blast furnace, doesn't have any recipes in there because I've actually made a new set of electric blast furnaces. So if we pop in to our... Oh, yeah, by the way, there's a curio slot for this, but it's not great because you can't get back out. You have to get it out. Like, I tried to right-click on the floor and everything, and it doesn't let you back out, see? So I don't know what we're supposed to do. I end up doing a /home and just, like, yeah, leaving it in there. So we can do a /home to get back out, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Anyway, look at this. I've set up wall-shared electric blast furnaces. And I'm using a wireless right there, but the wireless is actually wireless over to our, like, other wireless, whatever you call it, the quantum ring, because I couldn't be bothered to get a cable all the way over here. I thought it looked neater. That's pretty cool. So we've got 13 channels coming off of this one, and we got 16 channels coming off of the other one, and the quantum link chamber can only do 32 channels. So to the people that were like, oh, you could have done it a different way and, yeah, used more channels and stuff. Yeah, we didn't need to do that because the way that I did this was pretty good, I think. This is using 13 because each one of those pattern providers is only one channel. I'm pretty proud of that, if I'm honest. There was quite a lot of AE2 involved, but meh, I like AE2. It's fun, for me at least. So there we go. I put on here the SV energy input hatches as well. They're so good. They speed everything up to the highest speed that they can go, basically. For modern industrialization. I still use the time wand like a ridiculous amount to make all of my quantum upgrades, but anyway, there it is. And then, oh yeah, it's taken 78 million FE per tick, and these are still not even fully up right now. And then these ones over here, they're doing the exact same basically. So this one is my 8 electric blast furnaces. You probably do more than 8, but I just did 8 because it's a nice even Minecraft number right there. I did the same with the vacuum freezers as well. So there's all of the recipes right there, and they've all got the exact same recipes in every single one. And it's super quick when you use the time wand on every single one. I did try and use, what was the thing? The clicker from Just Dire Things and the time wand just to see if it would work, and I don't think it does. That'd be cool though, right? So yeah, I could just come down and do-do-do, and that's what I was doing basically, just going around doing that over and over and over on all of these, including the those ones over there as well. And that's why there's catwalks everywhere. Also, the catwalks look pretty flipping cool in my opinion. Yeah, now I'm trying to get out and I can't. It's quite funny. Anyway, so we can right click, get back out now. So yeah, I think that was almost everything that we did between episodes. Oh, you might be able to see if I'm flying around and stuff that I did some Auritech stuff as well. I just did max upgrades on all of our Auritech machines and I moved them. There you are. Did you see that top corner as well? Anyway, today we're going to crack on with some Forbidden and Arcana. And next episode we'll be doing, yeah, the Nano Saber and, you know, all of the quantum stuff. So anyway, let's crack on with Forbidden and Arcana. Now, I did want to do Forbidden and Arcana because of the Eternal Stellar. Now, later on, we do find out that you actually need to do the mining married or whatever it is to get yourself one of the little lamp things. You need to do that first to get yourself Stellarite to make yourself the Eternal Stellar. So it's like they knew and they sort of slot together really nicely. Should have done this ages ago. It's insane how quick you can make these things. It's really, really good. Anyway, as you can see right there, we can get ourselves an Eternal Miner right there. And we want to do that one, the Eternal Eldritch Ancient Miner. So that's what we're going to be like focused on, I think. We're going to try and get ourselves one of those today. I already know we do because this is a voiceover, but there it is. So yeah, it looks like we need to make 8 of the, what are they called? The previous miners. And yeah, let's just crack into, oh, to be fair, we don't want to do that yet. We want to, I think, get into making the Eternal Stellar. It's only later on that I'm like, oh yeah, I need some Stellarite or whatever it's called. And then it says in the quest, the only way to get that is via the miners. So there it is. Anyway, let's try and get ourselves a good forge. Now, there is a thing on, I think it's the forge itself, if you like hover over it. By the way, there's 48 of those blocks, and there's 9 of the gilded, chiseled, polished darkstone, and there's 4 of the chiseled, arcane, polished darkstone right there. I skipped over me making darkstone as well, but that was relatively easy. You just I think you need to put one of those crystal blocks underneath one of the netherite miner thingies, or netherite things. Anyway, stick one of those down, and then you can make yourself a forge just like that. Now, we need to upgrade this, and in this pack, because we got so much of the arcane crystals, I'm actually going to use the Oriole bottles instead of what I normally do, which is the obelisks to get Oriole. So, and the Oriole bottles are actually really, really easy, now that we know a decent way to get, what's it called? Regen, I think? Ah, that's a point. We need to get a spawner or spawner shards and everything. So I'm going to go into the nether to do that. We also need... Oh, yeah, the egg thing. Egg. And it didn't work. But then I was like, oh, another chance. And it actually worked. We actually got an egg for once. Aw. And another one. That's 2. We had a super lucky day. Obviously not that lucky because I'm having to do a voiceover. But there it is. Anyway, we're going to fly around. We're going to just... plain old mine some of the spawners. So let me go find a spawner real quick. Here we go. Here is a spawner. Literally just mine it like normal and you get spawner shards. That's all we need. Only need 4 of them, so I'm going to go find some more. Right, now we're back at base. There's a few other bits we need for this as well, right? We need, well, we need those pedestal things. So I'm going to make a few of those. Right, here we go. I did set up a recipe for it as well, because laziness. Anyway, we need 8 of those. Normally, you'd put down some obelisks, and then you can get your Oriole really, really quickly. But we've got regen 2 potions automated, because we automated the potion brewer, because we figured out a really easy way to do that now. So if we pop back over to base, you can see that the potion brewer, which is right here. There you go. Easy peasy. And we're getting loads of potions of regen. And you use potions of regen and the dust. There you go. There you go. To make the Oriole potions. So we can just use that real quick. We can get a ton of Oriole, which it's actually weird for me. I never do the Oriole bottles because I never have the regen potions already set up. So anyway, Oriole bottles right there. And we get some, by the way, we get some of the Oriole stuff. We get it from the gateways because it's dungeon loot technically. So we already had a little bit of this, which is kind of fun. We could technically set up something that would automatically do that. Anyway, we're going to stick in... we need some souls as well, don't we? So, put a bunch of those in. And to get the souls, we are going to need some Edelwood. I go on a complete tangent right here. I completely forgot about this. But basically, I want a silverfish spawn egg. So, I am going to haunt some stone. And then I'm going to use that silverfish as the thing that I kill to get blood in one of the spawners. So yeah, I'm just gonna skip this bit right now because it's me trying to figure everything out. All right, and with that, the grand reveal, I did make myself this spawnery thing. Now I'm trying to use campfires because they worked in all the mods 10, but for some reason they don't work in all the mods 10 to the sky. No idea why. Anyway, I put on there ignores players, ignores conditions, redstone controlled, no AI, and silence. Plus I put on the initial health at 20%. I made it so it can only spawn in this area with the spawn range of 1. And then also, minimum spawn delay, maximum spawn delay, I've reduced all of those down. And this is still not getting blood from the campfires, even though they did in all the mods 10. I recently did it, and that's how they worked. Anyway, I do end up swapping this out for a advanced clicker with a sword. Right, here we go. This has got the sword in there, and it is just going to attack all of those. And if we have a look in here, we are getting blood. For some reason, we weren't getting blood before, but we are now. So there we go. And the campfires don't do anything now. So what I'm going to do, replace the floor, and this will just, like, hit all of the things for us. And we get a bit of experience out of it, which is always good, because we need that later on anyway. Right, there you go. Maximum blood. What we like to see. I can turn off the spawner. And now the only thing we need to get is the souls. Which I forgot that we already had a couple of souls. But we do need like 50 later on anyway. So we are going to have to try and get ourselves some Edelwood. If I remember correctly. There you go. I think I've just seen it. So we need some soul sand. And I was considering doing this like manually at first. And then we do decide to, set up a little setup for it that I set up ages ago. And I do have a video on that somewhere. But anyway, got our Edelwood ones because we bought this from the traders, didn't we? Which is pretty good. Anyway, we're going to mine that. And we're going to make ourselves one of the soul extractors. There we go. So we need one of these jars. We actually need some of the Edelwood anyway, or the Edelwood planks, whatever you want to call them. We need some of those anyway later on to like upgrade the forge. Now you need to upgrade the forge to level 3 to get yourself some Eternal Stellar, and the Eternal Stellar make things unbreakable. Basically, they remove the durability from stuff, and that's what we want to do for the Eldritch Miner because the Eldritch Miner has durability. So what we're going to do is, we're going to try and figure out a way of doing this with just dire things. Right, this seems to be doing the job. I actually already have a picker-upper above us right now, so that's why it's doing this. So what we've got is we've got a placer, which is just putting down some soul sand in front of it. On the right there, we've got a breaker with an Eclipse alloy shovel, and it's just breaking soulless sand. So, and then this thing up here is picking everything up. And then at the back there, we've got ourselves the soul extractor. And if you put it on hold click for 40 seconds, or sorry, 40 ticks right there, which is 2 seconds, then, yeah, it seems to do the job. I think there's probably a better number that you can have right there, but 40 is what I always set it to, and it seems to work. And that's getting us a bunch of souls, as well as some soulless sand. Not that we want the soulless sand, it's the souls that we're looking for, right? Now, the soul extractor has got a durability of 128, which is 2 stacks of soul sand. Which is why I think the first Eternal Stellar we're going to use is on the soul extractor, because that way we don't even have to think about the durability. Right, here we go. We're going to put all of the bits together for this. So that is going to be arcane crystals. We've put the Edelwood in the middle, and we need to make ourselves a gavel, which is just like they ran out of words to say hammer, so they've just come up with the word gavel. It's the thing that don't judges like smash them on the desk and say like silence and stuff in movies and things. Anyway, there you go. We're going to make ourselves a gavel. You use this to activate the forge right there. This is going to upgrade the forge to level 2. And this right here is going to upgrade it to level 3, which is where we need to be to make ourselves some Eternal Stellars. This is the point in the video where I'm like, oh yeah, we need to get some stellarite pieces. How do we do that? And then I look through the quests, and it says it right in the quests. And yeah, I always forget about quests, if I'm honest. I just rush ahead because I don't know. I've been playing this pack for literally over a year, as in all the mods 10, right? But over a year. And before that, I was playing all the mods 9. And before that, it was all the mods 8. So I love this pack. And yeah, so we kind of know it off by heart, really. And we make our own fun. But anyway, there's a quest for it. I didn't know that. But this one, it does say right there. You know, there isn't any. I'm probably mentioning the fact that we're in a Skyblock world. A bit too much. Yeah, there we go. So because of that, it wants us to get either the Marid or the Eldritch Miner to get us the Eternal version, which is kind of fun. So, of course, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get ourselves a bunch of these miners. Now, we want at least 8 because you need that. And then that one goes in the middle, and there's the next one, and so on and so on. Yeah, you need at least 8 of these to make the Eldritch one. And we're only going to make one Eldritch today. I'm not going to try and set up an automation for it, but yeah, there you go. We're just going to make 8 of these. Modular router time. I am using modular routers now, and I'm going to start feeding stuff into the ritual. But I'm manually going to do it. So yeah, here we go. So we've got like, we need 8 of these Easnium pickaxes, and then that one's going to feed over to one of those, and so on and so on. We are using barrels on top, so you just chuck everything in the barrel. That's because a lot of stuff doesn't stack. Like these like lamps don't stack, do they? So anyway, I'm going to get everything together for this one, and then I'll show you how quickly it will go. Here we go. Final thing, which is these books. They're going to go like that. Going to run into the middle like that, and there we go. Literally what it's like is just super quick. Now, I will say, if we put some speed upgrades, which we do end up doing in the modular routers, it goes even quicker, which is kind of good. There we go. Right, we're going to upgrade these one more time. Actually, a couple more times, right? So the next one is the Afrit one. And yeah, this is not the one where we need the Totems of Undying. I went and bought all of my Totems of Undying, by the way. This one is the one before the Totem of Undying one, right? Yeah, I bought all of mine from traders. I just happen to have enough. So anyway, there we go. And this is the final one for now. Obviously, we want to make the Eldritch, but we are making 8 of the Marids for now. Now, the Marid is important because we need to get a piece from the Marid, the Master Mining Marid. That thing in the middle there, that actually comes from these Marids. So, yeah, that's what we're going to have to try and do. We also need the Dimensional Mineshaft, so I need to go and make those. But we need to basically set these up for a bit and try and get one of those. It's 1 in 1,000. I think that's what 0.01 means, 1 in 1,000. But yeah, we do end up getting one. Anyway, I'm going to try and set something up right now. Right, a little bit of off camera. I'm also setting these up thinking that the dimensional mine shafts auto output to the bottom, which they do not. So I end up using, I think, modular routers to put everything out of these. Good old trusty modular routers. Also, you can enchant these, and I do end up doing that. But there you go. I'm like, oh, it's not outputting to the bottom. Okay, modular router time. Oh, it's been a while, and the Master Mining Marid with fortune, ridiculous amounts of fortune, and, you know, like efficiency and stuff like that on there. And unbreaking as well. I just put unbreaking on, which is funny, because we're about to get an Eternal Stellar, so... yeah, that did get me the mining core piece. And I did blacklist this so I could see it come in. Anyway, we're going to take this. We're going to go and make ourselves the Eldritch miner now. Because we got all of these and we got the mining dimension core piece, whatever it's called. So let's go do that right now. And that one goes in the middle. And, well, we need a villager. Now, I do feel bad about this. And they have served us well. But we are going to go and sacrifice one of the modern industrialization villagers. Oh, they are so good in the main game, but in this one, I know we should probably jar these at some point. But, yeah, I did forget about that, if I'm honest. Maybe we do that for next episode. I'll try and jar all of my dudes. Oh, I did a... Yeah, there we go. I did a slash back so we can get in there even quicker. Do one of those. He runs off as well. He knows what's come in. But just like that, that is going to get us. And boom. There is the Eldritch Ancient Miner. This thing is really good, by the way. I didn't realize how good it was. Right now, though, I am thinking, why don't we go and get some Stellar Returners? So, you know what? Yeah, that's our point. We are going to mine all of these up. So I'm going to find an empty corner. These explode, by the way, when you mine them. So we are going to place these down. And then big explosion. And... flings us miles away. But luckily, we do get the stellarite pieces. So, awesome. We're going to use those stellarite pieces. And we are going to make ourselves... Oh, we need to get some X-petrified ore. Or whatever it's called. We need the X-petrified stuff. And that you can get from a black hole, from dark matter and corrupty dust. Now, the only problem is dark matter, or is it it's the corrupty dust. Dark matter is easy enough. It's just Edelwood. You smelt it up. Slash home, because to get out of our compact machines, that's what we do nowadays. The Edelwood, we can smelt up, get the dark matter. The other thing, though, the corrupty dust is kind of annoying, because we need to make that whole, like, furnace-y thing. So that's next on the agenda once we get this dark matter. So there's the dark matter. Now, what was it? It was the... Yeah, that stuff. X-petrified needs the corrupty dust. 2 hours in corrupt. There you go. And there you go. That's what I mean. The obsidian steel ingot. And we need to make this bad boy right here. I always forget the name of this dust, but there it is. And we actually got the artisan, or whatever it is, the artisan. It's from Arcana. There we go. We got one of these from buying it from a trader. We got so many things from traders this playthrough. It's insane. But you can make it as well. I like that they put that in there because it is kind of annoying to try and get one of these in the main game every so often. But if you want to buy one of those, then make sure you go and make yourself a trader spawner or something like that, because that's how I got all of mine. Anyway, so obsidian, and we're going to chuck those in. And then we need to give this some fuel as well. And I was trying to think of a good fuel source. And apparently, blocks of the coal or geo thingy, they're pretty good. Who knew, eh? Anyway, that is just going to get us 1. We only actually need 1 for this. And that's going to allow us to make a corrupted dust. There we go. And I'm trying to think of a good way or good place to put this. And then I realized we can put it up the top here. Because then it'll be picked up by the item collector. So we're just going to chuck those 2 in their blacklist. That way they can't actually be picked up. Because you need to throw them on the ground. So that's the plan. So we're going to put dark matter there. And then corrupted dust. And then there is a black hole. And it looks really cool. I don't think the swirls, the spirals were on there before. The last time I looked at it. Maybe it was. I'm not sure. Anyway, so with this, all you do is you put a load of experience into it. Now, you see why we put it here? Because the experience is actually going to be generated from our mob farm. You can see the experience like fling up there and like be absorbed. Now, what will happen is that will absorb experience and then it will generate an X-petrified orb thingy. And then that will get picked up by our advanced item collector. So, there we go. And then we turn that off because we got enough of those now. And we're going to make ourselves a... Okay, we turn the render off as well. We make ourselves a Stellar Eterna. By the way, if you right-click one of these... it gives you a bit of experience. It's good to know, innit? So we need Stellarite piece, we need a diamond, we need Oriole, we need 1 soul, and we need a bit of blood. We got loads of blood. We've got loads of Oriole. We've got enough Oriole right there, but I don't know. It didn't look like it was full up, so I put more in. Because why not? I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, we're good. And then we do have some souls, and to be fair, we don't really need to do anything else with this, so... this is literally all we're going to be using it for. So, do we need 19 souls for that? Who knows? Anyway, I know we need at least 2. Because we want a Stellar Eterna or Eternal Stellar, whatever you want to call it. Both the Eldritch Miner and the Soul Extractor. So, grab our gavel. Give it a whack. And then I'm going to go grab the Soul Extractor. There it is. Right, here we go. We are going to get ourselves... the Eternal Soul Extractor. And now we need to do that again because we want to make ourselves the Eternal lampy thing, don't we? Anyway, let's grab some soul sand even, and we chuck that one in. That's going to go make us some more souls. Not that we need them. Bish bash bosh. We did that off camera, and we got ourselves smithing table, smithing template, and the Eternal Stellar. I swear it used to be called the Stellar Eterna. I could be wrong though. I don't know where I got that from. Anyway, Oritech. We're going to use Oritech. And we're going to put on here. That's got Unbreaking right there. We don't want Unbreaking because it's indestructible, so we don't need that. But we're going to put some enchantments on this. And the enchantments we got, Fortune 5. Because, oh my goodness, look how quick it is. That's without the time wand as well. Fortune 5, and then I put like Efficiency 22 or something on there. XXII. I don't know what that is, but... that's what we put on there. And it's super quick. And you literally need 4 of the, max speed modular routers for this to work. How cool is that? Oh, look at it. There's so much stuff. There's so much stuff you get from this. That's insane. You can also get all of the ores and stuff from, what's it called? Modern Industrialization. So definitely try and set this up if you can. Because it's so good. And I highly recommend trying to do this as soon as you can. I would do it if it was me. Anyway, we're going to call it here for today. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for joining. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.